Since it's Pride Month, I feel like now is the perfect time for me to talk about the elephant that has been sitting on my chest since I was a kid. My gender identity. So today I'm coming out officially. I am non-binary, I am gender fluid, and my pronouns are they, them. My native ancestors use the word two-spirit, and I can really relate with that because I feel like I'm both a man and a woman living in the same body. Ever since I was a kid, I was kind of stuck on the fence between being a boy or a girl. You know, there were days where I would feel a sense of belonging playing football and wrestling with the boys, dressed as a tomboy, and there were days where I would have sleepovers with the girls and paint my nails. And the thing is, football and nail painting aren't in themselves masculine or feminine, but society likes to make labels and genderize things. Now, the problem was, it wasn't just the activities that I was engaged in. It was this overwhelming feeling of having the wrong parts. There's always been this lingering ghost of a feeling saying that I was born in the wrong body, that maybe I was supposed to be born a boy. Now, some days that ghost is a little more distant than others, and then some days I find myself researching the process of transitioning and how much it would cost. Now, I do have this feminine energy inside of me. I experience this world through the lens of a woman. I am perceived as a woman, and also experience misogyny and rape culture and harassment as a woman in this world. Now, only recently has the DSM changed to abolish the idea that cross-dressing and transgenderism is a mental illness and it's caused by trauma or sexual abuse. This is a recent thing, but ultimately, gender identity isn't a mental disorder. It's not a mental illness. Sometimes it can take a fucking huge toll on your mental health. The dysphoria that I feel like, goddamn, I wish I had a dick and balls and a beard on my face because that would just feel right. I don't know how to deal with that. And I've tried to silence that voice, and I've tried to say that that doesn't belong there, that you have a vagina, therefore you is woman. End of story. But in the past few years, in pride parades, and social media and the accessibility to all of this information, I realize that I'm not alone. This is not a phase. This is not going away. It is not a mental disorder that can be fixed with therapy. This is who I am. When I get called lady, woman, girl, it just feels wrong. You can call me dude, you can call me bro, you can call me guy, you can call me any of the dozen of gender neutral terms in the English dictionary. But when I wear makeup, I feel like I'm a man doing drag. I feel like I'm playing a character of a role of a female that I'm supposed to be. Feminine and pretty, bras, makeup, all of this stuff doesn't sit right with me. But if I look at it as doing drag or playing dress up and exaggerating my features and turning myself into a character, you know, if you can see a 6-foot tall person with a beard and leg hair and stilettos and a sequins dress, and you can call that queen a she, you know what? You can call me a she too. Some days, I wish I could simply just be a woman. It would make it a lot less complicated living in this body. But here we are. And my true self, at its core, is neither man or woman, and it is both. The gender fluidity comes into play because there are days where I truly feel, okay, yeah, I'm cool with this female body that I got. And then there's other days where I feel like I need to strap down my chest and wear boxers because that just feels right. And saying this all out loud is really hard, and it took me a long time to come up and come out with this video because it does sound a little bit crazy, and I never know if I'm gonna say something wrong, and there's a lot of fear behind it, but I know that I'm not alone, and I'm trying to gain confidence in the person that I am, and I feel like it's impossible if I'm living a lie. I wanted to get through this without crying. Okay. It feels like I am pretending to be feminine because that's what society wants me to be and expects me to be. And it's so much easier. People see me and automatically it's she, her, and that's easy for them. But it's so extremely difficult for me to correct that or assert that, no, I'm actually a they. And for so long, I've felt like it's not really my place, and I don't care to correct them because I don't want to cause a stir. So I'll accept she. Because it's easier, for legal reasons, for social reasons, for the reason that I just don't want to argue. But then there are the few friends that I have that truly respect and honor my non-binary identity so sincerely, and when those friends refer to me with neutral terms as a person, not a woman, as a human, not a lady, as a they and not a she, it just feels right. It makes my whole soul light up with joy. And there is no resistance to that, as there is to this idea of being wholly female. There's always this fear that I will not be accepted for being non-binary. That people will think I'm just crazy, that I'm being unreasonable, that I'm just some special snowflake that wants attention, that they'll think that I'm just a freaking weirdo and that I'm gonna be outcast for being half trans. Like, they won't look at me the same way. And it hurts a lot because I just want to make music and art and express myself and not be seen for any gender at all. I just want to be. At the end of the day, I don't think I'm gonna start hormone therapy or undergo surgery. I just want to accept and be comfortable in the body that I was given, and for you folks to accept that person as well. It's been tough and extremely emotional to go through this transitioning in the middle of a global pandemic and living in isolation and all of this disconnect, but I'm strong and I'm working on that confidence. So all of this is to say, if you are comfortable with it, please refer to me as Merms, Alana, or Sterling, and use they, them pronouns. If that makes you uncomfortable, maybe take a little time to research the stories of transgender folks that have lived throughout the globe and throughout history. If you still want to refer to me as she, I'll accept that too. Just like you can call a drag queen a she when they're dressed up. But the majority of days, I live, breathe, and exist in this body that is simply non-binary. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening and taking the time and holding space to try and understand my life. I hope that this has given you some insight into my life and gender fluidity as a whole, and that you can take this knowledge and apply it to your life and your social circles. A little bit of understanding goes a long way. Happy Pride Month.